Sportsman's Adventures is presented by Yamaha.
This is big, mama. Ooh. Oh yeah,
What you got, Louie?
that's a big one.
Oh, that is a good one, Louie. Go, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Only a mama could love that mouth. Bringing home the snappers. That's what Florida is famous for. Lake Istokpoga is a large lake in central Florida. The English translation from the Seminoles means the man who died on the water. It doesn't sound fun, but if you're fishing for bass, Lake Istokpoga can be a lot of fun. That's how you wake up in the morning, Carl. Keep reeling. Catch him. Here we go. See? That's it. It's a birthday kiss. Ooh, there we go. Today's Collin's 18th birthday. On this Sportsman's Adventure, we meet up with Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission biologist Paul Thomas and 16-year-old Lunker Louie. So Louie, how'd you get the name Lunker Louie?
Well, it started off whenever I was born. My mom named me Adrian, and that's what's on my birth certificate, but my grandpa always said I look like a Louie, and he refused to call me Adrian, so he just always called me Louie. And when I turned 7, I just started catching more and more big fish after that, and so that's when it became Lunker Louie.
I like it. Louie enjoys being the face of the next generation of bass anglers and believes that educating young people about the outdoors will create excitement for his sport. Now, my son Collin is fishing with us today, and Louie immediately begins teaching him about flipping his bait, which is a technique that Louie has mastered on the lake.
So here in Florida, with all these lily pads and reeds and cattails, technically we like to use is called flipping. Basically, whenever I'm flipping, I like to use either a 1/2 ounce weight or a 3/4 ounce weight, all the way up to 2 ounces. And the best way to do it is to set your brake system on your reel to where everything just smoothly, releases. I like to just hold my bait in the left hand, and then just click my bell right here, and then just let it swing on out, right into the cover that you're fishing, or whether that being, anything that's out here. And then you just let it swing in, you drop your bait in, and you want to pop it up 2 to 3 times in the hole that you just flipped in. And if you don't get a bite, you just pull it out and do the same thing again.
Move it over to another little pocket?
Yep, just move over to the next pocket and just keep doing that for the whole entire shoreline.
That's cool. You got that, Collin?
I got it. Learning today, boys, learning today.
Come on, Kyle. Get him up. Get him out of those pads. Pull him up, Bo.
Watch out,
Flip him in here.
You're in my
Flip
way.
him in. I got to get out of your way so you can flip him in the boat? Pick him up, Bo. What are you doing laying on the floor? Is that the first bass you ever caught flipping, Bo?
That is the first bass I ever caught flipping.
And
Fun.
you did it with Louie.
My boy Louie.
Louie's teaching you how to fish. I like it.
It's nice.
So Louie, why don't you tell me a little bit about your fishing and how you got exposed to it?
Well, my grandpa took me out whenever I was 3 years old. However, I don't think at that time it was real serious. So we could fast forward over to whenever I was 7 years old, and I caught a 14-pounder. And after I caught that 14, things just took off from there. And it just hooked me on fishing. And from then on out, it just drove me to try to catch an even bigger fish.
Sportsman's Adventures is brought to you by Yamaha. Reliability starts here. Rapala. Catch the latest at Rapala.com. Costa Sunglasses. See what's out there. Okuma. Inspired fishing. And STAR TRON. Cures and prevents fuel problems.
Master your most challenging offshore experience with confidence and ease with Yamaha Helmmaster. Precise, intuitive control on the open seas. Unrivaled ease for maneuvering and docking in port. And now SetPoint adds 3 new dimensions to boat control. Maintain boat position with fish point, or a position and heading with stay point, or a heading while you drift with drift point. Yamaha Helmmaster, now with SetPoint. Complete digital control for today's larger offshore boats.
As close as you're gonna get to a sure thing for catching billfish is Guatemala.
They're here, man. This has been a 20-year run, buddy. These things haven't left, there's no cycle.
When it comes to sail fishing, this is the real deal.
The amount of sailfish here is ridiculous.
Building Conservation Trust, or BCT, is Coastal Conservation Association's national habitat program. BCT is striving to be the largest program of its kind in the United States by restoring degraded habitats, creating new habitats, advancing the science of coastal habitat and marine fisheries conservation, fostering habitat stewardship, and educating coastal communities of the value of conservation. Visit www.buildingconservation.org to learn more on how you can make a difference.
Thanks for watching Sportsman's Adventures. You can catch all the happenings, contests, and appearances by visiting us on sportsmansadventures.com. There you can find us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, but best of all, you never have to miss a show because you can find full episodes of Sportsman's Adventures along with tips and techniques, bonus clips, and even some bloopers. Also, if there's a product that we use during the show that you would like more information on, you can find links to our sponsors at the bottom of the home page. It may seem that Louie's love of fishing came easy, but when you grow up without a father in your life, what could have been a rough ride was made much smoother because of his grandfather.
You know, Rick, my grandfather has had a major influence on my life and fishing. He's taught me how to fish. He's taught me pretty much everything that I know about fishing, and he's helped me experience the outdoors and to stay outside instead of in the house. He's helped me with my social media. He's helped me with my sponsorships. He's almost like a manager. He's done a great job of just raising me and helping me with all of my fishing. Without my grandpa and his influence on my fishing and my career, I don't think I'd be near the place I am today with fishing in this industry. We got one.
Oh,
this is a good fish?
Boy, unless he's foul hooked, he hammered it. No,
Oh, that's a good fish.
he hooked it, I think, a little sideways. But man, it was no mistaking. No mistaking what happened here. Hey, Collin. Collin. See, he ain't answering. Collin.
Yes?
You believe in the hereafter? My one-liners are coming, baby. This is what we're here after right here, Kyle. If you're not sure why we're in Lake Istokpoga, we're here bass fishing. Look over here. Look, look, there's a dysfunctional rod that Louie's got on too. Collin, come on.
Not as big, but it's a fish.
Hey, it's all right. That's a double header. So Louie, if we were keeping some fish, if we wanted to eat fish, this would be one I could take, and that would be one that you let go?
To grow.
To grow.
Yes, sir.
Well, we changed the bass regulation in the state of Florida not too long ago. We still have what we call a 5-fish bag limit. That's what you can keep. Not what you can catch, but what you can keep is 5. only one of those fish can be 16 inches or larger. The rest of them, all under 16. We're encouraging catch and release of bigger fish, and we're encouraging some keep on the smaller fish because fewer smaller fish equates to more bigger fish.
Got it. So this fish here, now do we pinch the tail, Paul?
Yes, you're gonna pinch the tail. Okay, this one's 13.
And then this one.
And that one's just a little over, it's 14 and a half.
So both of these fish, if we wanted to eat a bass,
they're legal to keep now. Yep.
Okay, so why don't we let those go? Because we're not gonna take anybody home tonight. And I have one.
You are spared, guys.
I have a little bigger fish here. So tell me how this fish would play into the game.
Oh, nice.
I knew you were coming.
That's awesome. Ah. Thank you. All right, so this is 20, almost 21.
21.
So again, 5 fish, only one could be 16 or bigger.
Got it. So he would be my one.
This would be your one.
Or I could choose to have 5 smaller ones.
That's right, you could just put this one back. Interesting, I think we want to see what this one weighs. So let's say you're an angler who's, you're new to bass fishing, you're not sure what an 8-pound fish looks like, but you've signed up for the trophy catch program, all right? You've got the scale.
476.
4.76 pounds, so that one's got a ways to go. Let's say you don't have a scale, and you still think that this fish might qualify for trophy catch. You're gonna take that length, and again, so we got 21 inches.
Pinch tail.
Yep. Hopefully you got a flexible tape, and you're gonna measure the girth.
Fattest part of the
fattest
fish.
part of that fish.
Push his dorsal down.
Dorsal down, bring that around, and that's gonna be 14.
14 inches.
And then with the magic of cell phones, now I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go.
So we have 14 by 21.
By 21. The magic of your phone, you can go to our website, myfwc.com, and we have a fish calculator on there.
What?
Yeah, 5 pounds.
5 pounds. That's
so
pretty close.
That's pretty accurate. So what that would do for you as an angler, again, if you're looking for that trophy catch fish, you're not sure, you can use that app, take those basic measurements, and you can tell yourself, okay, I'm close. So
that's cool. So if you have a fish, tell us again, Paul, a fish over 8 qualifies, and then if we have a fish over, the next size is what?
It's 8, basically it's 8 to 10. 8 to 10, 10 to 13, and 13 and up are the 3 categories.
All right.
So
well, that's
8's the minimum, so let's see if we can get one of those.
That'd be cool.
On this trip. That would be awesome. Start there and then work our way up.
Thank you for educating me on that.
You're welcome.
Sportsman's Adventures is brought to you by Power Pole, Swift, Silent, Secure, Contender Boats, always in the game, CCA and Building Conservation Trust, Partners in Conservation, Casa Vieja Lodge, 5-star angling in beautiful Guatemala, FWC, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, and Sufix, always use the best line.
It's one of the most ancient forms of hide-and-seek known to man. And nobody knows how to play the fishing game better than the backcountry guides and offshore captains of the Florida Keys and Key West. Ready or not, here we come.
Remember the glory days of gasoline? It's just not made the same anymore.
Kick your gas into gear with STAR TRON. Pump up the performance in all of your engines. Cure the problems of ethanol with the power of enzymes. And maximize your mileage every time you drive. Kickstart your engines with STAR TRON.
And that's all we need. We need next quarter so we can bonus to everyone.
Yeah? Stop working right now! Look outside. Is this spreadsheet weather? No, it's not. This is fishing weather. So stop clicking, get out there, and catch a bass. Stop what you're doing and start fishing Rapala ripstop.
So guys, let's check out the new 90 SHO by Yamaha. So SHO stands for Super High Output. Now we started this years ago in the 250 range, but we've brought it throughout the whole range of motors from 250 right on down to 90. It weighs 253 pounds, and this is the perfect motor for a Maverick HPX 17 or even an 18. Now it's certainly the fastest 90 in its class with the most torque, weighing in at 353 pounds. It's fuel injected, inline 4-cylinder, 1.8 liter, and designed to run on 87 octane fuel. So if you're thinking about repowering, it comes in a 20-inch shaft or a 25-inch shaft. So if you have any questions about the new 90 or any of the Yamaha outboards, simply go to YamahaOutboards.com. Get him, Louie.
Oh my gosh.
There we go, Louie.
That's a big one. This is a big fish.
Let me see if
this is a big fish.
Let me see if I can help you here, bud.
Yes, sir. A lot bigger than the ones we've been catching. She's acting a lot bigger.
Because he's hooked in the
Yeah.
side.
She was fighting harder. May need the pliers for this one. Settle down.
Good job, man. 2 casts in a row.
She was fighting a little harder. Got it.
Slow down that twitch, all in the paws.
Yes, sir.
Watch yourself. There we go. You know, that's what I appreciate about youth is they're always a good one and always a big one. That's what I like about kids. You know what? They're so right. So right. Catch another one, Louie. One of the most important things that the FWC biologists do is to compare marine life statistics from year to year. Shock fishing is the most efficient way of doing that. So the boys took a little break from fishing the hard way to fish the easy way. Paul fires up the generator, which sends an electrical field into the water in front of the boat. The stunned fish float up to the top where they are netted and placed into a tank on board. On this run, we fished for 37 minutes and Paul wants to find out how many fish we took out per minute. Then he will compare that number with last year's. What does all this mean?
That's a good question. What we do here is we're looking at species composition of fish, health of individual fish, size structure of each species. All right. Largemouth bass is our most important sport fish in the state of Florida. There's more people who spend more money and hours trying to catch bass than any other fish in either fresh or saltwater. It's 16 on the average, 16 million days a year for bass anglers, which equates to $1.25 billion a year to the state of Florida. So our job is to keep the water here. We want that water quality up. We want that habitat up. We want those fish there for those anglers, not only for the health of the ecosystems, but for the health of the economy too, because that brings so much into the state of Florida.
So seeing all those little ones is a really great sign.
Yes.
Those are less than a year old.
It's exciting to see the big ones. You know, that's what everybody wants to get, that trophy bass here in Florida. But they all start out that big.
Sportsman's Adventures is brought to you by Ameritrail. Load, launch, relax. Maverick Boat Group, makers of premium boat brands Maverick, Hughes, and Pathfinder. SoftScience, supreme comfort footwear. The American Fishing Tackle Company, any fish, any water, since 1958. and the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are.
The key to a great boating experience has the Yamaha name on it. It's your key to legendary reliability. Right now, during the Yamaha Key to Reliability sales event, purchase any qualifying Yamaha outboard and exercise your power of choice between 5 years of Yamaha warranty protection or up to $1,500 in Yamaha dealer credit. The key to reliability is now your key to a great deal on a Yamaha outboard. Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
R3 is a national movement among fish and wildlife agencies in this country. It stands for retain, recruit, and reactivate your stakeholder groups. Keep the ones you have, bring new ones into the sport, the ones who left find out why, and bring them on back. Our first initiative was a high school fishing team. We had a grant program that we administered, $20,000 from Recreational Boating and Fishing Foundation, FLW, and us. We had enough money for 40 schools. We ended up with 46. We had a little over 1,200 students that are participating right now. The demographic breakup, that was really cool. We had 37% novice anglers. We weren't expecting that. 23% Hispanic, 11% African American, 32% were female. The rest were kids that were already participating in sports and they wanted to get into fishing. If you want more information about that, go to www.myfwc.com.
Louie.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk a little bit about your bass fishing teams. Which team do you fish for?
I fish for Bartow High School and Sebring High School.
What?
Which one
Can a man get a timeout?
Well, most of the tournaments, most of them don't cross each other, or most of the tournaments are not on the same date. So that way I can go back and forth. Now Bartow got started first, and I've been fishing with Bartow and against high school anglers since I was in the 5th grade, 6th grade, all throughout middle school, and now I'm a sophomore. So I've been fishing with Bartow for a long time, and they've done a lot for me. The high school fishing has done a lot. It's put me out there. I've won a lot of tournaments. I've got a lot of trophies. It's an amazing thing.
So I got a question. So that's high school. I know there's college. Is there the ability to get scholarships to go, or do they have any of that on the collegiate side?
Yes, they do. You can, if you...
That's so cool.
If
so
you go
awesome.
to a national championship for high school fishing and you win, most of the time there's scouts there, or most of the time the reward is going to be scholarship money. So they hand out, full rides for fishing if they think that you have the potential to, go the distance.
Well, I hope that's you. I hope that's you in a couple years.
Yes, sir. I do too.
Well, you're going to have our support through Sportsman's Adventures because I'm really impressed. Get him, Collin. Get him, Collin. That's my boy. Stay connected. Don't rip his face off, bub. It's not a race. It's just a little trot, okay? There you go. Bring him over here, bub, on this side. This side. This is the other side. There you go.
This side.
This side. I'm standing over here. I'm going to help you. Watch out there, Louie. We'll switch spots. Come on, Kyle. This could be the only one you catch in the next 17 days, so we got to make a big deal out of it. I'm just playing with you. That's my boy. Good job, Collin. Hey, Louie. Look at Collin. Wasn't going to be upstage, was he? He waited just till you got done with your comment there,
Hey,
Louie.
they're going up every time, man.
Yep.
They only go up from here.
You feel like a Bassmaster Classic now?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Not quite. This is Big Mom.
Oh, yeah. What you got, Louie? Oh, that is a good one, Louie. I'm going to get the net, okay?
Yes, sir.
Take your time. Take your time. Just stay connected. Yeah, I know that's what this. Got that home field, baby. Home field.
Right. So you want to grab me? Whatever you want, man.
Just taking me this way. I'm trying.
Come on, man.
That's a fat fish. You ready, Captain Rick?
Ready.
Here she comes.
There you go, Louie.
Yes.
That boy, Louie. That's a good one.
That's a fatty. It's a butterball.
Look how fat he is. Nice.
That's a big one.
Good job, bud.
Yes, sir.
So, Lou?
Got it.
16 years old. You've been doing this a while.
Yes, sir.
You feel like you got a lot of responsibility that kind of goes with it?
I think so. I think so.
So what would you tell a young man or a young girl, 8 or 9 or 10 years old, what would you tell them about fishing?
It's not your average job or hobby. It's something new every single day. You never know what to expect from fishing. Let me go ahead and turn the speedy loose.
Yeah, man. Is that why you like it so much?
Yes. It's not the same thing every single day like an office or anything like that. I get to see something new and do something different every day. And you just never know what you're going to get. It's exciting.
Like a box of chocolates.
After fishing with Lunker Louie, if I had any doubts about the future of bass fishing, I'm leaving here knowing the future is in good hands.
Keep up with the latest Sportsman's Adventures news and events by logging into our website at sportsmansadventures.com and following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you for watching the 2018 season of Sportsman's Adventures. Captain Rick and the crew hope that you've enjoyed laughing and learning with us as we strive to give you the best fishing adventures possible. New adventures are already taking shape, so be sure to visit sportsmansadventures.com as our team continues to update you with new and exciting things. Until next time, thanks for making this season another great Sportsman's Adventure.